is the first problem. A long 150 centimeter long and diameter 2.0 centimeter is subjected to an axial pull of 20 kilonewton if the modulus of elasticity of the material of the rod is 2 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 Newton per millimeter square. Determine number first stress, strain and elongation of the rod. So the given data is in this problem. The first one is the length of the rod is L is equal to 150 centimeter. The diameter of the rod D is equal to 2.0 centimeter or 20 millimeter. The area is equal to A pi by 4 D square because it is a cross sectional area. Therefore the area is equal to pi by 4 D square where D is equal to 20 millimeter. So area is equal to 100 pi millimeter square. The given axial load, that is P, is equal to 20 kilonewton or 20,000 Newton. The modulus of elasticity, that is E, is equal to 2.0 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 Newton per millimeter square. So the stress, that is sigma, is given by the equation P by A, where P is equal to axial load, A is equal to area. So sigma is equal to 20,000 divided by 100 pi is equal to 63.662 Newton per millimeter square. This is the first answer. So the second is strain. We know that the elasticity of the Young modulus E is equal to sigma by E, or E is equal to sigma upon E. Sigma, that is 63.662 divided by 2 multiplied by 10 to the power 5. So the answer is 0.00318, that is a strain, and the elongation is obtained, that is E is equal to del L by L. So therefore del L is equal to E multiplied by L. So the answer of the elongation is 0.0477 centimeter. Next problem, find the minimum diameter of a steel wire which is used to raise a load of 400 Newton if the stress in the rod is not exceed to 95 mega Newton per meter square. 1 mega is equal to 10 to the power 6. So 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square is equal to 1 Newton per millimeter square. The given data, that is load P is equal to 4000 Newton, stress sigma is equal to 95 mega Newton per meter square or 95 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square or 95 Newton per millimeter square. The diameter of the wire, that is D, we have to calculate, and the area is equal to pi by 4 D square because the wire cross section is circular. But we know that the stress is equal to load upon area. Load is equal to P divided by A, but stress is equal to 95 and load is equal to 4000. So after solving this equation, we get the diameter of the wire, that is D, is equal to 7.32 millimeter. This is our answer. Problem A is the ultimate stress for a hollow shaft steel column which carries an axial load of 1.9 mega Newton is 480 Newton per millimeter square. If the external diameter of the column is 200 millimeter, determine the internal diameter. Assume the factor of safety is equal to 4. So the given values, ultimate stress, that is 480 Newton per millimeter square, axial load, that is P, is equal to 1.9 mega Newton or 1.9 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 Newton. The next is external diameter, D, is equal to 200 millimeter. Factor of safety is equal to 400 millimeter. In this problem, we have to determine the internal diameter, and the internal diameter is denoted by small d. So this is a hollow steel shaft. In that case, the area is equal to pi by 4 d outer square minus d inner square. So is equal to pi by 4. The outer, that is capital D, is equal to 200 millimeter, sorry, and small d we have to calculate. So the factor of safety, as we know that ultimate stress divided by working stress or permissible stress, factor of safety is equal to 4 is equal to ultimate stress 480 Newton per millimeter square. So the working stress we get 480 divided by 4 is equal to 120 Newton per millimeter square, that is sigma. Sigma is equal to 120 Newton per millimeter square. But we know that the sigma is equal to P by A. P is equal to 1.9 mega Newton. Putting all these values sigma and A in that equation, we get small d is equal to 140.85 millimeter. This is a small internal diameter of the wire rod. The next topic is variation of the bar of varying cross section. In previous cases we consider only prismatic bar. Prismatic bar is those bar in which the diameter is constant throughout the length, or the area is constant throughout the length, that is known as prismatic bar. But in practical cases, the bar is composed of different sections or different cross sections. Suppose figure 1.6 shows a different cross section, that is A1, A2, A3, and length L1, L2, L3 are connected with series, and this whole system is subjected to a tensile load P and P equal quantity. So a bar of different length and diameter, as shown in the figure 1.6, is subjected to a axial load P. In that case, there is a elongation in A1 cross section is delta L1, A2 cross section is delta L2, and A3 cross section is delta L3, and the corresponding stress which is generated sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 3. So sigma 1 is equal to stress generated in section 1, sigma 2 is equal to stress generated in section 2, and sigma 3 is equal to stress generated in section 3. So sigma 1 is equal to P1 P divided by A1, sigma 2 is equal to P divided by A2, and sigma 3 is equal to P divided by A3. But sigma 1 is equal to P1 divided by A1, and E1 is equal to sigma 1 divided by E1 minus P1 divided by A1 E1, where L1, L2, L3 are the length of the section 1 to 3, P is equal to axial load, A is equal to Young modulus. We assume that the 3 bar of different section are made by a same material, therefore E1, E2, E3 is equal to E. Mathematically, E2 is equal to sigma 2 divided by E minus P divided by A2E, and the total strain in rod 3, that is E3, is equal to sigma 3 divided by E minus P divided by A3E. But strain in section 1 is equal to change in length of section 1 divided by length of section 1, or E1 is equal to del L1 divided by L1, where del L1 is equal to change in length of section 1. Therefore change in length of section 1, that is del L1, is equal to E1 L1, or P L1 divided by A1 E1, because E1 is equal to P divided by A1 E. Similarly, the change in length of section 2 and 3 are obtained as change in length of the section 2, that is del dL2 is equal to E2 L2, but E2 is equal to P A2 divided by E. Therefore the change in length of section 2 is equal to PL2 divided by A2 E. And similarly, the change in length of section 3 dL3 is equal to E3 L3, or PL3 divided by A3E, because E3 is equal to P divided by A3E. Therefore the total change in the length of the bar is represented by dl. dl is equal to summation of the increase of length of different section, that is dl1 plus dl2 plus dl3 plus dl4 plus dot 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 dln, if there are n number of bars. But in that case there are only 3 bars, L1, L2, L3, there are its length is. So del L1 plus del L2 plus del L3 is equal to PL1 divided by A1E plus PL2 divided by A2E plus PL3 divided by A3E. So mathematically the equation 1.8, that is P divided by A multiply by L1 A1 plus L2 divided by A2 plus L3 divided by A3. The equation 1.8 is used when the Young modulus of different section is same or constant. If the Young modulus of different section is different, then the total change in length of the bar is given by equation 1.9, that is dl is equal to P multiply by L1 divided by E1A1 plus L2 divided by E2A2 plus L3 divided by E3A3 if the cross section of the different bars are same. In that case A1 is equal to A2 is equal to A3. This problem is based on a bar in a series connection, a brass bar having cross section of area 1000 millimeter square is subjected to an axial load as shown in the figure 1.9. In this question there are 3 sections AB, BC and CD which are subjected to a different points load as shown in the figure. In that case find out the total elongation of the bar. If the Young modulus of the material, that is E, is equal to 1.05 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 Newton per millimeter square. Draw its free body diagram as shown in the figure 1.10. A bar AB, a bar CD, BC and a bar CD are as shown in the figure 1.9. In that case a bar AB is subjected to a 50 kN tensile load, BC subjected to 20 kN compressive load and CD is equal to 10 kN compressive load. Therefore the total elongation of the bar, that is del L, is equal to del L AB plus del L BC plus del L CD. Value of del L AB, del L BC, del L CD. Del L AB is equal to P1 divided by A1 AE multiplied by L1. BC is equal to P2 divided by AE divided by L multiplied by L2. So putting all these value we get the answer, that is 0.2857 and 0.1904. The part BD, which is subjected to a compressive load of 10 kN, or hence there will be a decrease in length of the bar. The decrease in the length of the bar, that is BD, B3 divided by AE multiplied by L3 is equal to 2200. Therefore the total elongation of the bar is equal to 0.2857 minus 0.1904 minus 0.02095, taking positive signs for increase of length and negative sign for decrease in length. The final answer of the elongation of the bar is 0.1142 millimeter. The negative sign shows that there will be decrease in the length of the bar. Today in this lecture we have covered the total elongation in case of series connection. In next lecture we will discuss about the total elongation in case of parallel connections. Thank you.